Okay, this is my tour tips. One is don't be an asshole. Be very passive with everybody, because there's like on a bus like ours, we have 9 people in here, and you don't want to be a selfish douchebag. You want to be able to realize that everyone needs their space. People are sometimes grumpy for whatever reason. They could have problems at home, or they could have a bad night or whatever playing or something. So it's best just to try to keep to yourself as best you can, and try to stay out of other people's way, and just don't get pissy if you can't get to where you want in the vehicle as soon as you want to. Everybody, there's a lot of people. So yeah, basically just try to be passive. Even if you're the more dominant type in this situation, it's best just to chill out and just know that it's a long ride. So you don't if you can't get to your the fridge, or you can't get to the pisser exactly when you want to get to it, just know that you can get to it in a few minutes. So that's number one. Number two, at least for me, because I've been trying really hard, since I'm a little older now, trying to eat healthy on the road. And it sucks to spend the extra money to eat well, but I feel a lot better. So I would say, and for younger bands, I know how it is just to be an asshole and just say fuck it and eat whatever you want, but it does catch up with you. So I would definitely think about trying to eat healthier, and so you don't have to wait until you're in your 40s, almost 50 like me, and your body starts getting all fucked up because you're eating fucking crap food every day. Let's see, tip number 3, just when you're on tour, always respect whatever band you're opening for. If you're an opener, and if you're a headliner, don't be a douchebag to the opening bands, basically. But in general, when you're on tour, there's a billing order, and you always should respect that. If you're just the first band on, that you're really lucky just to be on the tour, and you do whatever you have to do to stay out of the other band's way, and just remember that most of the people at the show are probably there for the headliner, and you need to appreciate that opportunity regardless if you're unhappy with the way headliner's treating you or not. Because I notice a lot of opening bands that aren't experienced don't always understand this, and they end up causing more problems just for themselves, because the headliner does have the say. And we're not the headliner on this tour, so I'm not talking like I'm the king or whatever. We're kind of in the middle of the tour, so but we've done it long enough where we know our place, and we knew it before getting on the tour. If you have a bandwagon, definitely make sure you fill up with water at every gas station stop. Most truck stops have water, and at the diesel pump. And every single time you stop, you should, even if you don't want to, get water, because it sucks really bad to try to take a quick shower in here and have the spigot all of a sudden just stop going. We have 10 people total, including the driver, on here, and if everyone takes a short shower, everyone can take a shower. But if the tank isn't completely filled, then the last person, or last 2 people, last 3 people are going to be bumming. I know that one because last night I was all soaped up, ready to go, and the water went out, and I had to try to rinse myself off by just dripping spurts of water, which wasn't the most fun. So I made sure when we went to the truck stop that we filled that fucker up as much as possible. Number 5, probably really one of my most important pet peeves, is that always remember that you're grateful to be able to do this stuff, to be able to be on tour, and to be able to play for fans, especially if you're a band that has fans that will come out to see you. Never take that for granted, because there's millions of bands out there that are probably better than you are, or better players, or whatever, that don't get anywhere or don't do anything. So always appreciate the fact that people enjoy your music. So don't be a douchebag to the people that are making your musical dream come true. I mean, every day we always hang out with the fans at the show. We make ourselves available to talk and stuff like that. We don't do it because we have to necessarily, do it because we want to, but for me, two experiences really put it in perspective. One was when we were working with Richard Christie. He's the drummer who played with Death, Demons and Wizards, and Iced Earth. He helped us out for a tour. He was a good friend of ours. We knew him from back in Springfield, Missouri, and he was the most easygoing, gracious, guy ever. He was touring on tour buses and playing gigs with bands like Scorpions and stuff like that, and he was cool with getting on our van tour we did like 20 years ago and just roughing it out throughout the road, and he didn't complain anything about the van or no rock star stuff, and always nice to all the fans and other bands, everything. He was just really nice guy, and it really helped me put it into perspective. And then also another instance was when one of our roadies from when we did a tour with Grave back in '94. I seen him. He was doing merch for the Ronnie James Dio band, and they were doing a tour with Scorpions actually and Deep Purple. And we went out to the show, and he gave us backstage passes for like a meet and greet with Dio, and he was so gracious and so kind to us in our group especially, but also just to everybody that was backstage. He made sure to sign stuff. He sat down and talked. His whole band actually on that tour was very gracious, very cool. And for me, it really made me realize that no matter how big of a musician you get or how high up in a totem pole you get, it means so much when you take a few minutes out to let people that are big fans of your band, give them a few minutes of your time and talk to them. Plus, it's just fun anyway. It's fun. It's better than just sitting in our bandwagon, just watching Rocky movies that we've watched 100 times before. I'd rather associate with people that appreciate us and maybe sign something for them, or just talk about. They might want to hear old stories about the band, or they might want to tell me what something means to them or whatever. For us, it's a blast. They might, whatever they want to talk about. For us, we're all one big group of metalheads. I mean, even though we're musicians, we're metalheads, and we like to hang out and have a good time just like anybody else. It's not all just about we're here and you're lucky that we're here to play for you. No, we realize that we're fortunate to have people come out to our shows, and we like taking a few minutes or even a long time out of our day to hang out with everybody.